What's going on, Airsofters? I'm Diles46, and today we're going to do something I haven't done in a long time on the channel. We're going to do an episode of Diles46 Straight Talk, but this is going to be an Instagram only edition. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you check me out at Diles46. And what else, man? Oh yeah, instead of just looking at, me being boring, I'm going to show you some boring ass game footage as I answer your questions. I mean, it might be a little bit better, so let's roll that garbage.
Okay, here we go. First question from Mr. KMG asks, are pistols worth it in your opinion on the newbie battlefield? Some say it's not worth the wait, but others say it's almost always needed to have a backup to fall back onto. I personally think it's much quicker just to reload with your primary. And I think you might be right. I think in some cases it's definitely a lot quicker, especially if you're familiar with the primary weapon system, to throw a fresh mag in as opposed to, throwing it down on a sling, letting it hang in front of you, grabbing your lock, cock, ready to rock pistol out of the side. It could be a lot faster to do that mag change. But I will tell you this. For instances like, say, the MAC here in Kansas City is a field that offers both outdoors and indoors. And I'm not talking just wood shanty type buildings. I'm saying actual cinder block type buildings that you have to go into. Their rule is you can shoot 400 feet per second outside. Once you go inside a building, it's 350 feet per second and under. So if you do happen to have a hotter primary rifle, it's really nice to be able to throw that down and go to your pistol and go to a lower feet per second really quick. So in cases like that, I do think it's worth it. Other than that, dude, gas blowbacks are a lot of fun to shoot. Is it necessary? It's not necessarily necessary, I would say, but it is a lot of fun. Drew Misfit 1, old Drew Wilson. He's asking, of all the battery options, which one is your go-to for all of your setups? And why? So, dude, I'm kind of a dinosaur, man. I've got like 10 plus years of awesome batteries, if they haven't died yet, of NiCads and nickel metal hydrates. As far as like 9.6 nunchucks and things like that, dude, I really love them. But I have been gradually switching over to the LiPo world for sure. So I don't do a lot of shooting. I do a lot of semi-auto shooting. In short bursts of auto, as you guys might be able to see in this footage here I'm playing in the background. But I do love an 11.1 LiPo, dude. It's nice to have that really quick trigger response, dude. When you pull the trigger, especially in semi-auto, it's nice to be able to shoot as fast as you can pull. And also in full auto, it is nice to dump 10 BBs out the barrel really quick. So I am switching over to the 11.1 LiPos, and I would say that is my preferred battery. Jay Wilderness says, at Diles46, how long would it take to walk from St. Louis to KC in a Division-esque pandemic-type situation? So we've got our Operation Dark Zone event coming up here this month, and my good buddy here, Mackenzie May, is coming out from the STL from St. Louis, and he's wondering how long it would take. So, all right, man, serious talk. Dude, so it's a 3-hour drive, right, from I-70 from Kansas City to St. Louis. I would imagine, man, you're looking at least a day and a half, a solid 2 days of walking. But in a division-type setting, dude, where it's like catastrophic, craziness going on, whatever, dude, post-apocalyptic type setting, you probably want to stay off the main roads, dude, which would mean that the highway's going to be backed up or it's going to be crazy. You definitely want to stay off it for safety measures. So you're going to be stuck, like, taking the side roads or taking, just open fields and things like that, which is going to add a lot more time to your walk. So, dude, I don't know, man. Honestly, if you played it safe, did it right, you're probably looking at like a solid at least 3 days. At least 3 days. Good question, man. Very fun. Cal Dotson says, at Diles46, as an older Airsofter, how do you handle criticism of Airsoft as a hobby and the Airsoft community? So, as an adult, dude, that's kind of a very open question. Like, what exactly are they criticizing? Just the sport in general. As an adult, here's my thing. Dude, if I wasn't playing Airsoft on the weekends, or if I didn't have, the next op to travel to look forward to, I would probably go crazy. Furthermore, it gets my fat ass off the couch. I'm putting the beer down, dude. I'm not playing video games. I'm getting out there. I'm exercising, dude. I'm getting some fresh air, and I'm mingling with my friends because I'm a social introvert for sure. But, yeah, man, to me, it's just a lot of good fun, dude. There's a lot of good camaraderie for sure. These local pockets of communities are awesome. They're close and tight-knit, dude. I love my Airsoft community here in KC, and I'm sure you guys do around the country and world as well. So I don't know. My thing is I don't take it too serious. You know, this isn't training for me. This isn't like a militia thing. I know a lot of guys take it pretty serious when it comes to like the Milsim type stuff. But for me, dude, I'm just getting out there having fun, and I get to play dress up, and dress up's cool. It kind of validates it a little more playing airsoft, or else I would just be a cosplayer or a LARPer. But in the end, dude, that's all this is. We're just playing cosplay and LARPing with BB guns, which is super fun actually. So that's kind of how I approach that as an adult airsofter. Crazy Ninja, what would be your recommendation for a newbie or first-time loadout for a Milsim event? You definitely want to make sure you have a good gun for sure, man. Tried and proven. Take it out beforehand. Make sure it's, you know, run through its paces. Make sure you get through all the hiccups on it. The big things that a lot of people forget when it comes to a Milsim: a good battery. You know what I mean? A battery that's not going to shit out on you. It's not a battery you've had for 2 or 3 years. It's not a battery that came with your gun. You know, 9 times out of 10, these batteries that come with your gun are garbage, dude. So you always want to make sure you purchase a, you know, an upgrade battery after you purchase your gun, if it does come with a battery. Those batteries are super gimmicky. They're going to shit out on you. The cells are going to burn out. They're just not good quality. They're not dependable, especially in a Milsim event where you're far away from home or you're out in the field for extended periods of time. Also, the other thing is good goggles, dude. Anti-fog goggles, something with a good ventilation system, or even a fan system is good, man. So the 2 big things I always recommend, and this is in airsoft in general, not just Milsim, if you don't have a good battery, your gun ain't shooting, you're not having a good time. Dude, if you're fogging up and you're having to crack your goggles every 20, 30 seconds, dude, you're not seeing, you're not shooting, you're not playing, you're not having a good time. So definitely a good battery, good goggles for sure. Also, as far as the Milsim aspect, you definitely want to make sure you have good hiking shoes or boots for sure. You know, don't cheap out on that, dude. Treat your feet nice, and your feet will treat you nice in return. A good backpack system, and if you're out there for an extended period of time for like a huge Milsim op, dude, drop the plate carrier, get rid of that garbage. Yes, it looks cool, but drop that. Get a chest rig, get a backpack, get a nice boonie or a ball cap, and good footwear, and along with your good goggles and battery, and that'll take you a long ways, dude. You'll definitely appreciate it. Villain Hopper asks, at Diles46, when it comes to airsoft YouTube channels, what kind of content keeps you interested, makes you subscribe, and or hit the share button? Dude, honestly, just like super entertaining stuff, anything pertaining to airsoft. I try to keep my, you know, channel as fresh as I can, but anything that's fun, man. I start harping on myself for getting boring, and I get bored with some of the videos that I do as far as reviews and things like that, dude. But just keeping it fresh and fun. And the big thing too is, I think obviously these airsoft channels are always going to be, you know, centered around one person, the guy that's posting and editing and putting his time into making the videos. And I think if that guy can generally translate through his videos that he's having fun with what he's doing, the viewers can see that too, dude. And I think that goes a long ways too. So sometimes it's hard to get on there and just keep on cranking out these mundane M4 reviews, like, oh, awesome guys, another M4, let's check this out. But it's really cool when you watch a guy, dude, when he's just starting out or something, or even if he's not just starting out, but you watch his videos and he's having fun, he's portraying that he's having fun, his vibe is good, dude, he's positive in the videos, and that shit translates, man, and that's fun for me as a viewer to watch, and those are usually the channels that I subscribe to. If you're trying really hard to pull videos out of your ass just to fucking keep your quota going, just to keep another fresh video uploaded, I think people can see through that, and I think people can tell, and you know, your end product's not going to be that good, man. So the guys that are really into it, man, that's who I get behind, and I think you can pretty much figure that out when you watch somebody's videos. Blue1607, I think I pronounced that right. At Diles46, what is the best piece of equipment an airsofter can own? Also, what is your favorite type of gun to use? So again, dude, we kind of covered it in the Milsim question above. My 2 go-to always, that people always skimp out on, dude. People always cheap out on these things, and it always comes back to bite them in the ass. Good goggles, good battery. If your battery ain't working, dude, you ain't shooting. If you can't see what you're shooting because your goggles are, you know, crappy and fogged up, you're not having a good time, and you're, you know, breaking your legs, falling over sticks and stuff. So definitely good battery, good goggles. It's not a huge cost. You know, it's one of those things like, a good battery is going to cost you, you know, anywhere from $15 to $30, depending on your volt or whatever kind of battery you're trying to get. And that's the same with goggles too, $15 to $30 for a decent, like, dual pane thermal lens type thing, or something with a good anti-fog treatment. Don't skimp out, man, because those are the things that are going to come bite you in the ass in the end. So good batteries, good goggles for sure. Otacon91 says, at Diles46, do you feel like Tokyo Marui is becoming obsolete as they aren't making any viable innovation in airsoft? Yeah, that's tricky. So the big thing is that obviously, so like if you try to have a gun, an airsoft gun manufactured here in the USA, just an AEG type thing, a decent AEG manufactured by a company in the USA would cost us $500, $600, $700, and that's being very conservative with it. The thing about Japan, where 꽱ᴜ Marui is made and created out of, and these guys are the innovators of airsoft, dude, is they're making a very premium offering. At the time, they were making the only AEG, and what happened is all these other Chinese companies came in, China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, whatever. They all came in, and they just totally knocked off the 꽱ᴜ Marui design. Every AEG that we're shooting nowadays, don't get it twisted, man. Every AEG you're shooting is based off of 꽱ᴜ Marui design, straight up. All right. So when you talk about innovation and things like that, I mean, dude, how do you innovate on something that everyone else is copying? You know, everyone else is stealing your shit and being like, "Oh, it's better because it's cheaper." That's the whole. That's what it comes down to, is because it's a cheaper offering. And I think, you know, in the end, the consumer is paying for that, dude. We're getting a cheaper offering with lower quality control for sure. Do I think they're obsolete? It is tough to compete out there, dude. It's a fucking dog eat dog market out there for sure, especially in the airsoft gun manufacturing industry. I would like to think with the AA-12 coming out with the shotgun that Marui just came out with, dude, they're still in it, man. They're still in it as the big dog that they were, like, you know, the main AEG on the field. They've got a long ways to go. They might not ever get back to that claim to fame, but, you know, I don't think they're out of it all the way yet.
That's pretty far out.
Marco Sosadu. Marco Sosadu. Have you ever used a sniper rifle, and if not, are you going to intend to use one at some point? What is your opinion on snipers? Thank you. Dude, I've used bolt-action snipers before. It's a lot of fun. But it's not fun when you take that one good shot and you watch your BB bounce off somebody at, you know, 200 feet because it was either in that magical distance that I like to call it in airsoft, where it's just kind of floating in, dude, and they're not filling it, and they're not going to call it. They think it was a stick or some shit, especially when you're playing out in the woods. The other thing, too, that goes into this about my gripe about snipers is that a lot of times you're having to use the snipers in a woodland setting, or a setting that is very questionable because you need that range to be able to use your sniper rifle. And a lot of times, yeah, dude, it's really frustrating to watch your BBs bounce off people. Furthermore, the bigger frustration is when you know you hit somebody, and then they send, you know, 30, 40 BBs back at you, or their buddies that were close to them and, you know, heard the shot, found out where it came from, sent 30, 40 BBs back at you, and you're almost in the same range. With a decent AEG and a decent sniper rifle, dude, there's not that big of a range difference. You know, you can watch these videos like Novice and all that crap, dude, but let's be honest here. I mean, you're only getting maybe, you know, 30, 40 extra feet max, dude. 30, 40 extra feet. So it's like the time that you get a shot off and miss, or you hit the guy and his buddy see you and they zero in on where the shot came from, they can close that 30 to 40, 50, 30 to 40 feet distance a lot quicker than you're going to be able to pop them all off by, you know, rocking your hard-ass bolt back with a 500 feet per second spring in there. That's like fucking pulling a goddamn car on the highway because your battery died. That's a terrible analogy. It's really hard to pull these stiff springs, dude. You're not doing it quick. You're getting off target for sure. These guys that do it on YouTube, yeah, it looks cool for sure, but it's a pain in the ass. So, I keep it simple, you know what I mean? Give me an AEG with a decent barrel length, and I'll go up against your snipers any day, no problem. RC Abana53 asks, Russian-style airsoft kits or NATO/US style kits, and why? Dude, I don't subscribe to, you know, limiting yourself to one type of setup for sure, dude. I've been playing airsoft for a long time, so I have a lot of airsoft crap, dude. You know, from different nationalities and things like that. I've been working on my British DPM kit, kind of a throwback, you know, late 90s, early 2000 kit. I've got some Swedish camo. Russian kit's awesome. I've got some Russian stuff as well, dude. I've got like this Spectre summer disguise suit, which is super comfortable. It's like wearing pajamas, and the camouflage is really cool too. So that's really cool to run with my AK and things. But yeah, man, I don't think you should have to limit yourself. So I wouldn't pick one over the other at all, dude. All right, last question here. American Honey's asking, how did you get into airsoft and what's your favorite part? So I got into airsoft when I was about 17, 18 years old. I had my first child when I was really young, man. I was a dumbass knucklehead, and I tried to do the right thing, you know what I mean? Having the kid early, so I settled down, dude, and decided to be a homebody, take care of this kid, not be a piece of shit, not run out on it. So I decided to be a dad at a super young age. So come 18, 19 years old, man, I was holding down a full-time job, dude. All my other buddies were going out, getting into ruckus, going to jail and all that shit. And I needed something to kind of keep me focused. I'd always been a huge kind of pro-military type guy, man. I like militaria type stuff. And I was looking around for guns and gun reviews and things like that, and all this airsoft stuff kept popping up. I was like, well, that's cool. So I got my first gun, dude. My first gun was a HFC MP5 Springer. It's like an MP5A4 Springer. You had to cock back before you shot every time. HFC, Hung Fyung Kyung. That was I think that's the name. Anyways, so it kind of kept me level, dude. It gave me something to look forward to. It gave me something healthy. It gave me a constant, you know what I mean? I wasn't worried about going out to the bars with my buddies. I wasn't worried about hanging out with my friends. It kind of filled a void in my life. It kind of kept me balanced, kept me grounded, and it kind of gave me something positive to look forward to, so I could fulfill my fatherly duties. And you know, my daughter's turning 15 this year, so this is kind of the earmark for my 15th year of airsoft, and I still don't regret it, dude. My favorite part, honestly, is just getting out there, dude. I've always been the kind of guy. When I was younger, you know, we'd go out in the woods and build forts and stuff like that, dude. And I've always been kind of the type of guy to get out there and walk the trails, get out in the woods type thing. So I like to get out there and get fresh air. And the people you meet are great. Like I said, dude, before, I love the KC Airsoft community. I know there's a lot of great pockets of airsoft communities throughout this country. Met a lot of good friends, made a lot of good friends. And at this point, I've kind of made it part of my lifestyle, man, airsoft. So, yeah, there you go, man. That's what got me into airsoft, and that's kind of why I like it. It just kind of keeps me going, and it's a very positive drive in my life for sure. So I will get back to the YouTube edition of Straight Talk as far as getting my questions from you guys in the comments. So make sure you put at Diles46 or hashtag Diles46 in the questions, so in the comment section, so I know which ones are comments and which ones have questions for the next episode. So if you got a question, again, put hashtag Diles46, then shoot with your question. That'll make it a lot easier for me to pick up what you're trying to put down. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll catch you next time.
All right. Next question from the Tactical Unicorn, asking, who is your favorite cousin? It used to be this chick named Leah, but then she got married to this other cool dude, so technically by marriage, he's kind of my cousin now too. I don't know, man. That's up in the air. That's a tough question. Good question there, Airsoft Unicorn Tactical.